welcome to everybody, and I'm really happy to be here today. And I gave the title like Travel Like a Pro because of my idea of being a professional tour manager and director. But what I would like to show you are a couple of things that you maybe want to see that are normally in my suitcase. We live out of the suitcase when we are on travel. So I would just like to show you a couple of items that are kind of my hidden secret. First one could be strange enough. I travel with my own water cooker because I am a tea drinker and I love my tea. And sometimes I cannot find hot water in the hotel. So I have my own one in my suitcase and my tea bags as well. Then I always have with me an umbrella, a small light one, but it is helpful summer and winter, rain, sun, it doesn't matter. This is what I have. To feel a little bit home, I also have a small little loudspeaker because then I can use like have my music in the room and just feel, a little bit like my private downtime. What is really important is a small little item, but I can tell you that because now the climate is changing and we have a lot of times unexpected heat wave, just a small little, oh, I don't get the name now, fence. This is just practical. Sometimes in hotels, you have like a night lamp. You want to read, or maybe you're sharing the room with someone and you don't want to disturb. I have my own little lamp. You put it on your head, and it is just like really a very strong light, very, very practical everywhere you go. Uh, I do not travel without scarves. Scarves are multifunctional tools. I can use them just to cover up if I go into a church and you're not supposed to go with bare sleeves. I can use it to just to cover up if it's too cold on the airplane. Talking about airplane, I always travel with my airplane socks that I put on when I have long flights, and then I feel comfortable. Earplugs is also a must. I have my small little toiletry airport size and tools with my toothpaste and a couple of nice things inside. I travel with my own inflatable pillow. I tell you, this is, you can have an uncomfortable bed, but you cannot have an uncomfortable pillow because this is where you really get your rest. So once you find your own one, this is your friend for life. Then I love to organize picnics with our groups, and therefore I just have my picnic tools box. And you see, with all these things, I have quite a large suitcase, a little larger than you probably should have, but it's because my luggage is my office, is my home, is everything there. So I try to be absolutely organized. I pack my clothes per day, so I always have my day of clothing, and I can put them in these special bags so they stay tight and clean, and I can also take some air out of it so that I have them fixed for my trip. So this is just like the introduction, a little secrets maybe that you got from me. And now I would like to start with the presentation, with the lecture. I put together some information for you, and now I'm turning into my PowerPoint presentation. So let's start. Here we go. And voila. Okay, so thank you for joining now. And I would like to take you to Europe and to start a little, let's say, list of important tips that might be really helpful for you as a traveler, for if you travel with a group or as individuals. It's always good to have a little bit of a back information. Back information is what you get when you book a passport tour, because you get this wonderful handbook for travelers. And I can tell you that there is a lot of work behind this handbook, because you have in like 10, 12 pages all the things you need to know. So once you get this, you receive this handbook, please just check it, because it's an important one and it helps you. And a lot of information are now also on this presentation that I'm doing. When you travel, overseas travel, that it's important to have your passport, not only, but that your passport is valid. And that is sometimes things that we do not really use every day. So double check your passport as soon as you decide to travel overseas and you have a longer time before your departure. You have to be absolutely on the safe side. So your passport must be valid for at least 6 months after your return date. Think about it. If you need um, to renew a passport or have it done, it can be up to 6 weeks. So just it's the first thing when you decided, I want to travel, the passport. And another important tip is for students, carry your student ID with you. This gives you access to different discounts if you are on your own, and you can go to museums or sites. Having a student ID is just the perfect things to have. So take it with you. Talking about money, money is nowadays, let's say it's a little easier. When we talk about Europe, on continental Europe, mainly you have the possibility to use one currency, which is the euro. Nevertheless, it is not such a good idea to come with a lot of cash. Also, if you ask your own bank in the US to exchange your money, because uh, cash can be forgotten, stolen, whatever. But if instead you use your debit card, you can use any ATM machines and collect the local currency once you are in the country that you want to be. Just take some dollars as a backup, and also you have to know that you cannot use US dollars then in banks, excuse me, to purchase items, generally speaking, in Europe. A good way to keep your money safe is this is to me is like a must have, is a money belt, a waist money belt, or you can have them in different uh, size and forms, but it's on your body. You can carry it under your t-shirt or around the waist, and you know where your money are, and that's is the best thing, that it's on the safe side. Of course, now with all the technology that we have, we want to be equipped, and electrical items and electronic is part of our everyday life. What I would suggest is take only what is absolutely necessary. You don't need to have, unless you have to work, and then it would be difficult because you are on a travel, on a trip, and it's work on its own. So keep it just simple. Nowadays, our phones fulfill so many functions that you have your own camera. Remember to take away a lot of picture you already have in your camera, because you're going to use it a lot. If you take a camera, take some extra memory card with you, and be prepared for the trip. So you can use with your smartphone, just download useful apps. There are apps for anything possible that can help you out, guiding yourself, having information about currency exchange, the weather forecast. So it's a good option. You also have then the necessity to use prescription drugs, maybe for whatever reason. Remember that in Europe we do have different type of medicine, or with different names. So if you have prescription, go to your pharmacy, just store up, then you are safe and secure that you have everything you need. And also have a little bit of like a first aid for any eventuality, then you are perfectly fine. And also, sometimes you have dietary restriction, let us know before, because, or just inform then if you travel on your own, inform restaurant, inform places that they can react, or maybe when you do a reservation, ask them for options, and everything will be fine. Now we get to packing. Packing is important because you have to be flexible. You have to think about the fact that when you travel around Europe, a lot of places that you go are maybe in historical city center, or you take sometimes your luggage for a long way. So do not oversize. Everything has to be used. Sometimes you go back home, you open your luggage and you see, oh, there's a lot of things I've never used it. It's better to have space extra to maybe purchase something and take it home. And as you see to the picture on the right here, we are with a group of passports getting into the old town of Avignon in France, and the bus cannot take us directly in front of the hotel. So you have to be able to carry your own luggage, and also we use public transportation maybe. So keep everything tight and small, and remember that a carry-on has to be small, a carry-on.
We'd now like to welcome any travelers with carry-ons that have no chance of fitting in the overhead compartment.
It'll fit. Oh, it'll fit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it will fit or it will not fit. Well, that's the problem, that we have a lot of time. So just really try to keep it small. It's really better. And if you think about purchasing a new suitcase, then go with these middle sizes. And it's recommended for like 4 to 7 days. But if you are well organized, you can pack more than that. And also remember that a lot of airways have then their luggage limitations, and if you are overweight, if you have overweight, then by packing, then they also charge a lot. And a good idea is a backpack for your carry-on, because your hands are free. Then you can carry it on the plane, put your stuff inside, and it's just really a flexible item. They are soft. You can roll it if you do not need it and put it in the suitcase. So a backpack is a good option as a carry-on, and one check-in luggage will be more than enough. Also here, not as the gentleman on the video, just keep the size small. Either it has to fit in the overhead bins in the aircraft or under your seat. Arriving in Europe and going to discover many beautiful places and visiting sightseeing spots is connected a lot of time to visiting sites of worship, especially churches, Roman Catholic churches in many European countries. And it is very strict in the last years that in some of these places that you're not allowed to get in if your outfit is not decent. What does it mean? That bare shoulders, shorts, very short skirts are not allowed to go in. You're not supposed, a lot of times maybe pictures are not allowed, or you're not allowed to talk on the phone, not going inside with food. So be prepared that there are a lot of things that I've seen also now, no flip-flops in one particular church as well. So you have to pack things that are like city I don't get I just get the German word, I'm sorry. But anyway, just that your outfit style matches like a tour. Is not like an holiday, a vacation on the beach. So you always have to have like a scarf. It's a good idea. Take some like Bermuda shorts, but not very short shorts. And in many places, you're not allowed to go in with big backpacks or larger bags. So just have a small little purse that will help you out. We do walk a lot, sometimes also when we don't want to, but maybe then in this case, the road is, there was just snow, so we had to walk up to Neuschwanstein Castle, for example. Therefore, we walk then in museums, like this is the Vatican Museum, and it's a kind of 1 mile of galleries. Therefore, whichever shoes you bring, make sure that they are well broken in so that you use them. No, do not come with new shoes because this will get you for sure blisters, and a blister can ruin your holiday. These are my idea of must have. So must pack, you have to find space in your suitcase. Also, if you travel small and you want to squeeze everything into a carry-on, put your things inside because you will be happy about having them. A rain jacket or a windbreaker, earplugs, it's just miraculous. You can use it and have quite a sleep. Refillable water bottles, a small little purse for like a day, your day purse, good sneakers, Ziploc bags you can fit in everything. And then also, I like to have a small little outdoor towel as well, because then just in case there's a chance to go swimming, a swimsuit is always in my luggage, and then with a towel, you're on the safe side. Sunscreen, of course, here, phones, important also when we do some guided tours in the cities. Now we have guides with a transmitter, and we walk behind with the receiver so that we can take time to have picture taken and listen better. And if you have your own earphones, the quality is of course better. Something interesting also is a portable power bank, because there you are also again on the same side. You can load all your electronic devices, and this would be just fine. Remember also that the electrical system in Europe is 220 volts. Also, even now these modern electronic devices have a dual voltage, so it's important to have adapters because the plug are different in the different countries. These are very convenient. You can buy them also in the US everywhere before you arrive. When it's time then to fly, get ready to suffer some jet lag. It's something that happens. It's in our bodies. Sometimes I say to my guests when I pick them up at the airport, your body just landed, but your soul is still somewhere around. It takes some time to adjust. So try to get as much sleep on the plane, drink in as much water as possible. If you wear like myself, well, like socks, move your feet and walk a little bit around. Try to sleep more than watching so many movies. This will help you because once you arrive at destination, then you will have like a double day. So try to stay awake and stay active, having then an early supper and going to bed then in the evening, not during the day. This will help you to adjust well. Something that I really would like also to talk about, also if it's something that it's a little strange to have it in a presentation, but on the other hand is important for us on a daily basis, is the topics about restrooms. In Europe, there are many different restrooms, and not so many public. You have to know where to find them. So the most important thing is once you are in a structure like a museum that has restrooms, or in a sightseeing location where we take you that has restroom, or you go for lunch in a cafe or in a restaurant, it's mandatory for them to have restroom. Use them, because a lot of times public restrooms are crowded, difficult to find, or just complicated. In this case, for example, there is a system that is very popular in Germany, and these are public restrooms. They have this kind of a gate before you go in, like a turnstile, and you have to pay some money to get in, and is normally 70 cents, euro cents. So you can put one coin of €1 or two, and you get change. And you get also this small little ticket that you can use if you purchase something in the shop of the rest house where we stopped. In other places, you just have a small little plate and a person that is taking care that these restrooms are nice and clean, and you just leave there a tip. Sometimes it's requested, sometimes it's just a tip, about 50 cents. So have 50 cents in your pocket. This helps you almost everywhere, and you're sure you have nice, clean restrooms. Currency is change. When I said about, I was talking about money, I was suggesting to have an ATM card. And when you come to Europe and you have a dollar in cash and you want to exchange them at these currency offices, airport, train station, major touristic sites, they charge quite a high commission. Therefore, it's not very convenient to exchange cash. So what they have come up with, they know that now people come with their debit cards. They present you ATM machines that are actually not connected directly to a bank, but they are connected to this currency exchange, and they charge you with the ATM operation also high commission. So always ask your tour manager where are banks ATM, because some are just like a hidden transaction fee machine that is making a lot of money out of it. This is, for example, an official ATM of a bank at an airport. You see the name of the bank on it, Deutsche Bank. Or here in Spain, MB Multibanco, another one. So if it's from a bank, the transaction fees will be decent, more than the others. We travel a lot with public transportation, and look what variety we have on our tours in Europe. You can go on a double decker, you can go on old-fashioned street train called tram. You can go with a vaporetto in Venice, or on a boat ride that is like a bus, Paris metro, and so very crowded places where a lot of people, like commuters, tourists, where is a lot of people, sometimes all over the world, in touristic areas, there is the risk of pickpocketers. And I would just like to show it to you, just to give you a couple of ideas. For example, when you travel with your friends or with your group in the metro, if you create your own group and stay together, and if you do not have backpacks, you are already on the good side, because then you do not expose a backpack that is the easiest things to unzip, and you face each other, or you are as a group together, and then you are just in the right position. Imagine in this situation, we are with William, a wonderful guide in Barcelona, and we are looking at a wall painting. And so we are all distracted. We all look up, and then nobody is just looking around rather than where the guide is showing. Therefore, it's again, when you are distracted, can be easy to pickpocket you. So you see that the girls that were following my tips, they have small little day purses like this one, and you carry them in front of you. So you have your valuables in your money belt, of course, and then what you need for the day in this small little bag. You are on the safe side. I do it as well. Getting towards then the most nice part of the trip is when you then have enough time for free time for your lunch. In a lot of occasions we don't have lunch included. We normally have breakfast and dinner included with set meals, but lunch is a lot of times on your own. And the best thing is, especially if you speak the language of the places that we visit, use it and go around and go in the place where the local goes. What is like better than going into a boulangerie in France and order some delicious pain au chocolat, or just see the variety of things, and or you go in Italy and you ask for a panino, and they fill up this panino with what you want: salame, formaggio, prosciutto. They are just there, and nice bread, and you have your panino. Or in Spain, you just look where the locals are going, and a lot of times, and we learned already a lot with Luis about Spanish food, and tomorrow with Julian as well. Plato del Dia, you have an offer. Sometimes it's amazing. You have an included drink. You can choose between a coffee or a dessert, and you have a multiple choice and then you are with locals and you talk to them, and so it's just great. My passion is food. Maybe from the one of you that saw the other lecture about the authentic Italian food. And what I like to do with groups is to do picnics. And what we do is, if there is a chance, we go to a local market. If not, we go to a grocery store. We buy different food. I have my small little bag, so equipment to cut, and we have like a towel or a scarf, and we just enjoy a nice picnic. We go together shopping, so you practice the language and you try different food, and so this is just what is a nice way. And then you stay with friends, and you do people watching. You look at the locals, and this is how to discover like the beauty of traveling is that when you're around, you have fun, and you meet nice people. You get a friend for life. You get so close to your teacher also, and it's great. You meet then different culture, so it's just an experience of a lifetime, and that's the reason why we all do it, because we share it with you. We experienced it ourselves. We want to have you safe and secure, but we want you to enjoy life and to enjoy also by traveling with friends and making good memories. So I think that's it for my side.